Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Knight of Arrows. It's a court card, and this is represented by the hawk. And when I was thinking about this card today, the first thought that came to mind is going to be quick and swift. Whatever that's going to be, whether it's a decision, whether that's your communications, your logic, your reasoning, it's going to be quick, it's going to be fast, it's going to be fast moving. All right. Just like the hawk is, all right? And you're going to look at things from a different perspective, high above the clouds, high above, whatever that is. You're looking at things from a different direction. If it's a romantic romance or a relationship or something like that, you're going to see the bigger picture, all right? You're not going to focus so much on the here and now. It's what's going to happen, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years from now. Right, with this person that you're in this relationship with. This is like a family situation. You're going to be thinking about the opportunities that's going to happen with the family in the next, 3, 4, 5 years, even longer. Finances, you're going to be looking at long-term growth, long-term stability, right? Emotions, the same thing, long-term, emotional stability. All right, creative projects, you're going to be looking at it from a different perspective of, how can we go from point A to point B the quickest, right? So that's the kind of message that this Knight of Hawks, or this Knight of Arrows, this hawk is gonna give to you. All right, he's very symbolic of vision and power, and like I said, you're gonna look at this from a different point of view, right? Through your third eye, or daydreaming, or just the visions that you have, and you're gonna put action to it. Because once the hawk sees a rabbit or a mouse or something like that from far out in the, up in the sky, he swoops down, he gets it. Okay, that's the power within him. Now the knights are all about fighters and tacticians, so there may be an opportunity for you to swoop in on some opportunities, but at the same time you have to play your cards right. You have to swoop in at the right time when nobody's really looking for it. And with arrows being, logic and reasoning and communication, you're going to have to be swift with your tongue, but also, watch what you say when you say it, type thing. Okay. Now, if this is, looking at the hawk itself, it can help you see through, all right, the doubts and the uncertainties. Okay. So arrow logic makes things very clear. And, we don't have a lot of arrows down here right now. We got a lot of fire energy and a lot of major arcana cards, right? But now you're getting to the point that as you're walking along and you've seen these empty vessels yesterday, the 7 of vessels morning, you still got both the kings sitting here with you, the shaman and the green man, and the other woodwoes walking with you. That hawk is flying up above, and he's seeing what's going out in the future for you. Okay, he's seeing, as he's flying above, the path that you're on, that you've taken. Okay, and he can see that vision of where those doubts and uncertainties are going to pop up. And he knows they're going to pop up. So he's going to be swift and subtle, and he's going to want to use you want to use your common sense. When he portrays to you and says, hey, this 7 of vessels, you got to leave something behind. Okay, you may not want to do that. You may want to lose, somebody in your life, or moving on from that job. But at the same time, you have to rationally think what's best for you. Is it good for you to sit into a workplace where you're miserable, even though it's an uncertain job market? It may be, until that job market turns around. But it can't stop you from putting out those resumes. You can always say no to those other jobs, right? Until one comes along that's more to your liking. Same thing with a relationship. Does it make sense to stay in that relationship, all right, if it's going to make you miserable? And the chances are you may be better off without that relationship, all right? Common sense tells you, it's siphoning my money. You know what? Stop letting it siphoning your money, right? Let it siphon your attitude. You need to work on yourself first, on your spiritual path. Now, if this is a person, okay, that's in your life, or if this is they are going to be the champion who defends the beliefs of others, all right? And as well as them, for themselves, okay? This could be you standing up for your for your right to, hey, stop. I don't appreciate that comment. Or, hey, you said we were going to work on this today. Let's move forward on this, right? Standing up for yourself instead of, watching all the flim-flam go around, in the department. Okay, standing up for yourself in that relationship and saying, you know what? I don't like the way you treat me. Instead of just, sitting there going, yeah, everything's all right, when you know it's not. Okay, so standing up for your beliefs, standing up for yourself, standing up for, whatever. All right, and and if you're in that workplace, you could be an advocate for those who have no voice. Hey, it'd be nice if you quit picking on that person. Or, you know what? Johnny wants to play too. Why don't you let him in and play as well, right? And at the same thing, it's going to be energetic, right? It's going to be spontaneous. It's going to be something that's going to come upon you. Your gut's going to say, you need to say something. Say it, be done with it, and move on. All right? Now, if this is an aspect, it's going to be somebody who's vigilant in pursuing those goals, vigilant, impulsive, heroic. All right? But they're going to use that subtlety, to get to that aspect. And if this is an event, it's supporting those causes, making quick decisions, right? They like to hang around those like-minded people. And if you're not hanging around like-minded people, then you know what? Hey, I'm sorry, I just don't want to hang out tonight. Tonight's not tonight. I got other things I got to get taken care of, right? So, the question that the Hawk asks is, what do you need to stand up for? As you're moving forward and those cups are empty and you're leaving behind something, you need to stand up for yourself. You need to stand up for your spiritual path, your spiritual journey. All right? You need to say, hey, time out. I need to take 15 to 30 minutes by myself with no interruptions and go burn your incense, do some Zen, do some meditation, and connect to spirit. Fill those cups back up. If you see those patterns in your life where people are stealing your energy, stop them. Cut it off. I'm going in my sacred spot. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to meditate. All right. And then, the other question that this Hawk asks is, have you checked your information? Have you checked all that information as you're looking at the different perspective? Well, you've got two kings down here giving you solid advice. One's telling you to take charge. The other one's telling you to be more tolerant. Okay. So as you think about that, have you checked your information? The kings are not going to mislead you. They're going to give you the information that you're seeking, okay? They may not do so directly. You may have to discern some of that and come to a point where you say, you know what, I need to listen to what they say, but at the other time, you need to understand what they're saying too. The shaman and the green man, okay? Both are here as protectors for you, all right? But also to help manifest and nurture you on your journey. So when it comes to checking your information with them, okay, they're working in your best interest. So 4 out of the 7 cards are giving you the information you need. It's what you do with that information that helps motivate you and keep you moving on that spiritual path. And, and while you're at it, listen to those kings. Listen to that psychic ability, that intuition they're giving you. Listen to that leadership and the guidance, the advice, that the King of Bows is giving you. And, just enjoy the masculine energy, because ultimately you don't want to be like this skull by these empty cups. All right. You want to be fulfilled. You want to be in joy and happiness and serenity and peace. All right. Not fear and doubt and uncertainty. And if you follow this hawk as he's up in that sky, all right, and you watch where he's going to lead you. He's going to lead you to that manifestation of your spiritual path. He's going to lead you to that next journey for you to go on. All right. Is he going to lead you obstacle and challenge free? Probably not. Okay. But he's going to show you where that path is from a different level, right? From up high. It's up to you to say, you know what? I'm going to continue following him because I trust him. The knights are fighters and tacticians. They're not gonna lead you into battle if they don't have to. They're gonna navigate you through the Wildwood Forest, all right, so that you can manifest things you want through the shaman, so that you can be that leader in your spiritual path, so that you have the respect of the universe and the spirit guides, right, from that 9 of bows, so you can nurture and have that mantle of kingship through the green man, and just understand of where you need to be more tolerant with that King of Vessels and that Heron. Keeping those emotions in check, right? And understanding that, you know what, I want to stay at a high vibrational level, all right? And ultimately, I don't want to get back to this morning and letting things go. So that's today's card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck, the Knight of Arrows and Hawk. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, share it with others, give me a thumbs up. And this is D for Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Stay safe, everybody.